I could literally cut and paste this report and put either Rochdale or Rotherham or Oldham or Oxford. You know, every single one talks about the same failures, about children being failed, about the police failing in their duty. And in every single one, chief constables are wheeled out time and time again to say that things have changed, everything's better now. But I will tell you and your listeners, Michelle, that from my work in the Maggie Oliver Foundation, I know that is not the case. You know, we have two very distinct sides to the foundation. We have an emotional support service supporting victims who may have been let down in the past, but we also have a legal advocacy service which supports survivors but victims who are going to the police today wanting action taken about their abuse today. And the cases that we are dealing with now are overwhelming to the extent that my team is inundated every day with desperate people who are having the doors slammed in their faces today. And yet we know that time and time again, nobody is held to account. I see this as gross misconduct, as misconduct in a public office, gross criminal neglect. I want to see chief constables held to account, not just detectives on the ground or uniformed officers. For me, the book stops at the top. And, you know, chief constables know what is going on, and yet they appear to me to be political pawns who are there to protect the organisations in the same way that professional standards are, in the same way that normally the IOPC are. In this case, the IOPC have come out and said that there are gross failures. But I would suggest that's because with Rotherham, everybody knows that is the truth. But I would say that throughout the country, things are no different. We might be moving slowly in the right direction in that the public now know, Michelle, what is actually happening. But you go and speak to any victims today and they will tell you that the service they are getting from the police, from the criminal system, the criminal justice system, is still not fit for purpose. And the abusers are getting away. Victims are still being treated with contempt. There is a lack of understanding of what this abuse does, and victims are still being blamed for their own abuse. The system is broken. We need a radical overhaul of the whole system, from the police to the CPS to the courts to the whole shebang. And, you know, I don't mince my words. I'm not here to make friends, Michelle. I am here to give the voice of victims credence, because we are listening to those victims in the foundation every single day. And I would say to any victim listening to this now, if you are having the door slammed in your face, come to the foundation and we will do our best to advocate for you. So that's where I come from on this, you know, another day, another report, millions of pounds wasted, when that money could have been put into, you know, improving policing, improving training, increasing the numbers. And chief constables, for me, should be shouting from the rooftops that that is what is needed, not pretending that these are problems of the past. They are very much problems of today, of the present. And we need those in positions of influence to shout that from the rooftops, and also to be held to account criminally, in my opinion, not allowed to slide out the door and retire when they know that the writing's on the wall, because all too often that is exactly what happens.